my name is Amsrikut and today I'm gonna discuss about the thought saying that you are hitting my car or a brake falling on you. So this is your neighbor fault or your driver fault. The answer and the matter of the thought with this mind in the Frankfurt as the wrong. A thought in the common law jurisdiction is a severe wrong that illegally cause someone to suffer loss of the damage in the legal liability for the person who committed the theft act. And based on our Civil Code of Camden, Article 742 also clarify about the thought as the negligence, intention, and also the accident. This article also provides a definition of the thought, which is the act of the demonstration the image of the another, where someone has predicted the specific outcome would happen but accepted the occurrence of the such as the result. And this is the end of my part. I would like to give a floor to the next member.
Hello teacher and hello everyone. My name is Meng An. Today I would like to tell you guys about how to apply thought. As we know that thought separate into two parts is intentional thought and unintentional thought, but my part is only intentional thought, which is to consider as intentional acts is when one or more persons have planned to harm another person, such as their rights, their benefit, their health, their body, and also damage to their private property also. And intentional thought can be assumed when someone have authority over persons to order side subordinate to commit thought. Example like employers shall be liable for thought if the person have their control cause harm to other person during their control. And it's end of my part. Let's continue to Ms. Hong Mei that responsible for the advantage of intentional thought.
Good evening lecturer and class, my name is Yu Hong Mei, so I am responsible for the advantages of tort law. Advantages of tort law is it demands every wrongdoer who caused harm to the other recklessly or intentionally to pay for the compensation of their wrongful act to the victims. So tort law happens to decide whether a person is legally responsible for the injury against another and what type of compensation he is entitled to. Take for example, Alex has been drinking for the whole evening with his friends. And after leaving from the local bar, he had crashed into another car which caused a very serious harm to both sides. However, he claimed that he had no intention of causing the injuries to the other driver. But according to tort law, he has already committed unintentionally criminal crime. So he shall be liable for his criminal act. So thank you so much.
I'm responsible for the game of tort law. As you know that each law has its strength and weakness. So the tort law, I found several loopholes in tort law, like Article 144, which the person, which state that the person have to pay for the make for the non-economic harm. But we don't know what non-economic harm is. So I want the lawmaker to specify what non-economic harm is and create a general standard for the people to calculate those harm. Like rights and liberty, how we calculate those things into the money. And for example, if two people, like common people and public figure, suffer the same damage, so they claim the same amount of money or what. And another article is Article 147, with the I would like to recommend the lawmaker to add that employers are not liable for the act of employee which is beyond the scope of employment, although he takes reasonable care for appointing the employee, but the damage cannot be avoided. And it also applies to the Article 150 when the person takes reasonable care for the animal, but the damage cannot be avoided. And last article is Article 155, which we should add that the person who commit tort because they want to have the interest or right of the third party should not be liable for his act. It like we encourage people to help each other when those people in need. And we are also allow other people to claim them made for the person who commit the tort to help other. Thank you.
So good evening everyone, my name is Samari and today I'm going to discuss very briefly regarding to the punishment and liability of the tortfeasor. So tort can be addressed in many different types. It can be consist as the intentional action and as well as the unintentional actions. So however, according to the article 743 paragraph 1 of the Cambodian Civil Code, provided that a person who intentionally or negligent which is infringe on the right or the benefit of another person shall be liable for the damage or any harm that is occur as the result. So in this case, which means that if the person could harm another person, so they should be liable for that, and as well as the law itself should be strictly enforced to be more effective, because as we can see that most of the tortfeasor are trying to escape from the liability by paying the payment, and they are not trying to obey the law. So we are urged that the court should take more action regarding on this case. So thank you so much, and next I would like to give a floor to Mongsetha. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Ta and my part is to determine the degree of awareness about tort law among the governmental institutions. First of all, we need to know how the government implements tort law. The implementation can be conducted in many aspects. For example, the adoption of new specific law to compromise tort law, such as Decree 38 referring to contract and other liability, law on tourism, Civil Code of Cambodia, traffic law, and in 2015, a new draft law known as the Juvenile Justice Law. By the adoption of all those above law, I can presume that the government have shown some significant effort to promote awareness of tort law. Something in question here is if the state have its own awareness of tort, but whether the citizens have such awareness too. Based on a company article, the increasing number of people imprisoned in Cambodia from 2006 to 2016. Most significant reason that such rapid increasing due to the undue delay of the court proceeding. But still no complaint from the accused who are waiting for their trial. This shows that the accused did not realize the right in tort law to claim for economic damage from such undue delay. The other factor to estimate the extent of the individual awareness of tort law by the report on traffic accident, where there is dramatically increasing of accident because the driver in Cambodia often violate traffic law. And in 50% of the accident cases, the perpetrator of the accident go unpunished. However, no complaint or proper claim for damage by the victim. That means the victim did not realize about legal benefit that they can claim. So I assume that they don't know about tort law due to no adequate promotion on tort law are provided to improve the individual awareness. I would like to give the floor to my team member, Pan Soya, to present her part. Thank you.
Good evening, teacher, and good evening, all friends. For my part, it's about the implement of the court for the tort law. So now I would like to bring one case. It's about a bad accident, a bad traffic accident. It was about medical students were driving her car and then crossed many vehicles and caused 4 people die and 5 people got seriously injured. And suddenly she was driving away to escape from the pursuing of the police. But actually she was at the end of the pursuing of the police, she was arrested to the military of interior to hide from the people who want to work against her. So at the end of this case, she was arrested to the police office, and then finally she was released without going to the court. Therefore, according to this case, we can accuse that the Cambodia's court judicial system was not implemented properly for the case in the tort law. So now I would like to give floor to my friend, and thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Kim Lê. So now I will present my part about the conclusion part. Like we already know that Cambodian government have made a very great attention to protect the interest of every citizen by creating the law. And through that effort, we can see that the tort law what can be found in the Civil Code of Cambodia. Those who commit the torture act have to be responsible for the act, and the victim can receive the compensation as well in accordance with the law itself. However, we can see that there is some gap in the tort law as well. So it is important of the whole population. For example, about the interpretation of the term non-economic harm in Article 744. It is important for the government to interpret that term clearly, so the law practitioner cannot confuse about the term. And other thing, in Article 755, it is important to provide the compensation to the victim deriving from the Torture Act as well. Besides focusing on the law, it is important to focus on the law practitioner, for example, the court and the judge. The judge have to be no corruption, transparent, and the decision have to be just as well. Thank you for your listening.